The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, hello. This is Anne-Marie Chantal. I am here tonight from Calgary, Alberta, back home. Super happy to be home. Welcome to everyone on the call, wherever you are, whether you're listening to this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. I've lost my voice over the weekend of all the excitement of the traveling, of everything happening. Is just so amazing. You are here for a treat tonight. If you missed the conference on Saturday from the company's conference with all the new release, go on the Global Wealth Trade YouTube channel. Make sure you register to that and you watch it. It's incredible, incredible. Like, wow. I'm so excited. I still haven't slept. I came home from Las Vegas with some of my friends and business partner, and it's just mind blowing what network marketing can do. And then as I came home, finding out all the new release, all the new jewelry coming out, the new VIP club, the way that it's going to be so much easier to actually get new clients, the new website is just wow, wow, wow. I know this company is amazing and incredible, but really, I so excited. What can I say? There's a lot going on, which is fabulous. A lot easier for us to do and share. And tonight, actually, we'll have a few guest speaker for us, which is very exciting because coming back from a GoPro network marketing professional event, um, we learned so many things, and this event was there. It was so jam-packed, but yet it felt like a big family. We were over around 8,000 people in one room, sharing, hearing from over 20 different millionaires of their insight and what we need to do and how we need to build this. So tonight I have the privilege to have a few of our leaders that were at the Network Marketing Pro event and shared their insight on what they learned, what they took, and I get to interview them a little bit of about the event. So I have a few pictures here that I can share with you very quickly. I just put a few. For those of you who don't know Tony Robbins was there as well. Tony Robbins is amazing, not only motivational speaker, but really how to take sales from a different level, how to connect with people, how to feel. You know, it's all about your feeling and your passion, and that's what speaks, right? We had a great time outside. Like, actually, before I keep on going with my pictures, let me introduce you. And I don't know how to do this that way. So let me introduce you to a few speaker that was with us. So the first person I'm going to bring on is actually Tim Pazook. Now, Tim is an incredible gentleman. He's been in this company for many years. He's learned the ins and outs. He's incredible, full of passion, full of love. He's always there to help people. I'm very excited to hear from him and what he took from this event. Now, Tim, are you on the call with us tonight?
Yeah, I am, Anne-Marie. Can you hear me all right?
Hi, Tim. I can hear you. Fantastic. How are you?
Wow, like you said, it was just an amazing weekend there. I think I'm like you and most of the people that were there, we left our voices there.
Absolutely. We didn't sleep much, didn't we?
No, it's been a long night. They were high energy. They were great.
Absolutely. So, Tim, tell us here, what is the top three things you took from this event that can help you to bring your business, but not only your business, but what kind of insight can you give everybody listening on this call tonight to help them to take the business to a better place, to a better level or next level?
Okay, well, first, thanks everybody for showing up. The GoPro was just an amazing thing. The three things that I took away. First one, control your emotions. You have a choice to control your emotions every day. You wake up in the morning and say, today I choose to be happy, thankful, energetic, and motivated. And when you meet a new prospect with those emotions, they rub off on those people and they leave with the same emotions. So that was good. Number two, learn to tell your story. When writing your story, break it down into the four parts. The background, what you were doing before GWT. Two, what you didn't like an example would be like having more month at the end of the money or not being able to sleep till you had enough. Three, then you found a solution. And then how you feel about the future. So find your unique story and tell it well. Learn how to tell it so you can sell it. And the third action, one was to take action. You can take all the training courses in the world, say, to do more with the business, attend all webinars and team meetings. But unless you take these learnings and put them into action, you're going to remain where you are today. So out of these takeaways, you need to have discipline. Discipline means you have to give yourself a command and you follow it. Discipline is doing the things you say you would do long after the mood to do it has passed. So I thought that was pretty good. Like I said, that 4 days was very high energy, exceptional speakers that will motivate you to action. All this will take us to the next level, and I would strongly suggest you invest in yourself and join us next year. Thanks.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Tim. Like, I totally, I'm with you. Like, in terms of like, those are really three great tips. Like, because, well, as you know, like, if we don't control emotion, people would start like maybe rejecting us, and then we might take it in a negative state, right? And we learned a lot from Tony Robbins about that. And so, Tim, why don't you like, you're saying sharing your story, and I think, and I totally agree with you that that is the key here. We need to learn to share our story. So, why don't you share your story while you're up here today, as we have the privilege to have you?
Sure. Like I said, I've been having a great job. I have a six-figure income job now, and I'm thinking like most people that after you put your time in, you get a good retirement package. But thanks to many changes, that's not the case now. Where before you were getting 60% of your full-time wage, now you're getting a lump sum of money and saying, here you are. So a lot of my friends who have retired, I've had this happen to them, and now we're back at work where they're looking and saying, well, dude, I don't have this money coming in every month now. I'm going to have to keep working. So they're working longer. And I thought, well, I don't want to be doing this. So I need to have something that's going to secure my future. And when I come and saw GWT here, um, I could see the residual side of the business, and knowing that after a few years that the residual is going to be coming in on a monthly basis, and it's going to sort of bridge that gap for the retirement. So now with many of the people that I know, when you ask them about retirement, they say, yeah, maybe when I turn 70, 75 years old. Or now I'm looking and saying, no, there's a better way, guys. This just got to be patient, and we could do this together. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing.
Thank you so much. And you share about taking action and executing. So, what action will you take now that you came back from this amazing event?
There's a few people I've talked to that I'm going to be following up here and getting together and just to spread they have a choice out there that they can stay where they are in the predicament there, whether they're having money problems, paying bills. But the one thing we learned at the thing on Thursday or at Las Vegas was you could either do it your way or try my way.
Nice. Absolutely. That is fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Tim, for sharing with us tonight. It's always a privilege to have you on the call and to hear from your wisdom. I'm truly grateful to have you here, and let's keep on going. Let's do it.
Yes, exactly.
Great, thank you. So the next speaker I want to bring up is an incredible lady. She's launched her business over a year ago. I've met her through. She actually saw the products at a table downtown, right by her work, and we got to meet. And when I saw how I felt her mindset was always there. She was always ready to learn and always on top of her game. And I'm so grateful to have met Amaka and to get to know her more and become friends and business partner. Amaka, do we have you on the line? Amaka, you might need to unmute yourself. I've unmuted you from my end, but you're gonna have to unmute on your end. I'll give her a couple seconds here. If not, maybe I'll go to the next one and come back to you. Let me see here. I see you're raising your hand.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to figure it out
There
because I'm on my
you
phone.
go. Oh, you're on your phone. Well, welcome to the call. How are you?
Hi, Anne Marie, and hi everyone who's on the call.
How are
It was an sorry.
Oh, I was just asking, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. It's been a busy day today, but I think it's been very refreshing.
Okay, okay. So you're recovering for all these long hours and high energy and
Recovering from the long hours, but most of all, super excited to, you know, begin to implement all the things that I've learned and, see where it takes me. And I want to say that for me, I'm in engineering and sales, and I have always wanted to do something on my own. I've always known that I don't want to work for someone for 40 years and then retire. My mom always had a business, retired, still has her business, and is doing amazing things. But I didn't want to have a traditional business. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do until I found this opportunity with Irene and yourself. And I am excited about the future because of the possibilities that network marketing, gives you access to. There's so much you can do. You can, develop yourself. You become a good leader. You become so much more than an entrepreneur. You can, make so much more and leave a legacy for. I can leave a legacy for my children and my children's children for, generations to come. I have investments in products that are super high quality. You cannot find them anywhere else. And that has inspired me, to keep going and to keep running this race and to enjoy every step of the way.
wow, that's fantastic. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I know you always had the mindset and I know you're a go-getter, so that's exciting. And so tell us, maybe three things that you really took over the weekend that you would love to share with others that you think were really key here from all these amazing speakers. And I know three is probably not enough, but why don't you share three things that if these people would to use those three steps or those three major things that we learn would help them to get themselves forward, what would those be?
I think the very first thing I learned is to make a decision.
Hmm.
We are in business for ourselves, but not by ourselves, right? But most importantly, it's our business. It's my business. It's your business. We need to make a decision that we want to treat our business like a business. And once we've made that decision, commit to it and take action. The second thing I learned is that we need to be leaders. We need to be responsible, and we need to develop ourselves. We need to learn the skills that we need to find prospects, to, you know, invite people to events, to do the presentation, any skill we need to learn to grow our business. We need to take responsibility for it and, learn those skills so that we can grow our business. And the third thing I took away was that this business is all about building relationships. It's, as Tim said, you need to be able to manage your emotions, and I think that is very key. There will be people that will say no, some people will say yes, some people are not just ready. But if you are able to manage your emotions, you will understand that we are in a relationship building business. Some people will say no just because they want to see how far and how much committed you are to this business. And once they begin to see the results, they will come back to you asking questions and being interested in what it is that you do. So I think that's the most interesting thing to take away, and not feel like we need to shut people off or shut them out just because they say no or they're not ready to get in the game with us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wow, those are like three main things that I am actually taking notes. Although I have those notes already, it's like, wow, yeah, absolutely. But it's so true. Like we have to make a decision to do something. We have to take it and as our own and go with it. And and not expect other people to do it for us, but become that leader and build those relationships. Like those are the fundamental. Those are the the foundation. So that is fantastic. So where are you going to take your business from now on?
Well, I have one of the things we learned is to make a game plan, and I have drafted a game plan that I'm already implementing. So I will suggest that every single person do the same, take responsibility, sit down and make a list of things you need to learn, make a list of things you need to do. Do you need to go out more? Do you need to meet more people and learn how to build a relationship with them, invite them to events, share your story with them, and get them interested in what you do? Make a game plan. I have my game plan and I'm already beginning to implement it.
Wow, that is fantastic. I mean, feel free to share your game plan on the Facebook if you want. That'd be awesome to see where you're going. Help each
Okay.
other to keep ourselves accountable. And if you're comfortable with that, go for it. I mean, may as well. We're all a family anyway. But that's fantastic. I'm looking forward to see you and to work together. And I know you're going places. So there's an old saying that they're saying, work with the people that are going places and follow them. So I know for myself that I love following where you're going because I know you're going to great place. So this is amazing. Keep on going, girl.
Yeah, it's amazing working with you, Anne-Marie.
Thank you. I mean, it's always learning and growing. So
That's
awesome. But
right.
thanks for being here tonight and sharing your wisdom to the team here and to everyone that's listening on the call tonight.
Thank you. And I just want to say to everyone, if you weren't there this year, make a plan to go next year. There are, so many ways we can go together as a team. And I will tell you, super easy and well, not very, but it can be inexpensive. I think it's worth going. You get to see over 8,000 people in the same profession as you. You get to be encouraged. You get to see that you are in the right place. You have taken advantage of the right opportunity, especially with the right company, and there's no limit to how far you can build your business and how big.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Yes, there is next year, December 1st to the 4th of 2016. And just like you said, you get to be with all these incredible people that are there to support and help and listening and hearing and having the key points and tips and secrets from million income earner and so many people. So absolutely, it's going to be a blast. I know we all have our tickets for next year already, and we do got some extras. So absolutely, you're gonna everybody's gonna want to be there, and it always sell out. I mean, this year their target is to sell within the first 3 months. So absolutely. So yeah, contact us if you want a ticket for next year. So thank you so much, Amaka, for sharing tonight.
Thanks, Emily.
You're welcome. Our next speaker of the night here that we have, I had a chance to work with this gentleman for many years now, and it really started really interesting because I've always been a business side of the business entrepreneur, and how can I explain this? When came to the product, my knowledge was not as high than how the company works. And it's so incredible when you get to work with someone who's like on top of his game on everything. He learns quick, he grasps it, he's self-motivated, he read books, he listens to audios, he knows that mindset is everything. And I had many times I had to call him to say, "Hey, Chad, what is this product, or which products would go good with that, or can you help me out making a product display or things like that?" It's always incredible working with him. Super fun, super motivated, and I know that this time, with what he heard and learned, he's even more excited to get to the next level after listening to this. So, Chad, Lucky, are you on the call with us tonight?
Yes, can you hear me?
Absolutely, can hear you. Welcome to the call. How are you?
I am fantastic, excited, and my brain might be a little bit of mush there for the next couple of days, but extremely excited to get going
Yeah,
after an
absolutely.
event like that. So.
Yeah, it was an incredible event. So, Chad, same to you. Like, tell us what are the three main things that you took from an event? What can you share with the people on the call tonight that really resonate with you, that you want to share and take for that you got for yourself?
Well, to be honest, there aren't three things that really stick out to anybody at an event like that. There's probably about 350 different things that a guy could talk about. I know I've got probably close to about 100 pages of notes that I took myself, among everything that the team that was there with us had taken. But it comes down to, we are in a business that encourages personal development, right? And I heard a quote here this weekend: network marketing is personal development with a compensation plan. And that really stuck out to me. A traditional business is not going to give you that. It's not going to give you the mentors and the leadership that you really want to get out of a business, right? So, in looking at an event like this, I was sitting here thinking, after hearing all these great points from Tim and Amica, and it comes down to the trainings that we've had with our boot camps on the tripod of belief. Our company conventions are going to give you your company leg, as well as a personal development leg. And events like this here will give you your personal growth and development and that belief in the industry. When they started the event, over 500 people were standing, making 500,000 plus a year out of a group of 8,000 people, which is absolutely phenomenal to see. There must have been 50 multi-million dollar a year earners there in that room as well. So it definitely gives you a different sense of what this industry does and can achieve for people. And most of them, I mean, we've heard lots of stories from people within our company and within the industry, and you don't need a business education to run a business like this. It's the perfect platform for anybody, right? And well, now I can't remember. Yeah, it was Brian Carruthers. I'm actually checking my notes here. Brian Carruthers, speaking of personal development, you need to build your mindset both within the business and on a financial level as well. He did a great speech, which unfortunately you weren't able to hear, but he said nobody wants to follow a financial dud. People are going to join you in the business because of who you are more than they are going to join for the company and everything else. So you want to become a leader in the business, and people will follow you. It may be tough at the beginning, but people are going to start coming. I mean, we've had people hit ambassador in a day, right? So it's there for you to get, and you just have to take that action, make a decision to build the business and grow personally, and use your My5 and all of the top leaders that we have available to us.
Yeah, absolutely. You have such a big point here. Like, it's about consistency. It's about building and becoming.
Yeah.
I love that quote. I love it. It's funny that you said it today, because that was one thing I was going to share tonight. Is network marketing is a self-development business. It's for yourself, and there's a compensation plan attached. So learn to develop yourself, right? And just like you said, like there is people who are becoming ambassador within a day, but there's people that will take them years, and it's okay. It's not the overnight that we need to look for. It's the consistency. So what if it takes you 10 years? Who cares?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you might care at the beginning. I mean, we might care at the beginning, but really, it's the mindset. We have to think different. So that's cool. Cool. So any other notes that you have that you want to share?
There was a great gentleman speaker named Jordan Adler that spoke on Saturday, and his talk was about adding value to the company. Right? There's things that a traditional business does not have that we have, and they would pay thousands and thousands of dollars for. The opportunity to make residual income. They would pay thousands to do that. The fact that network marketing doesn't have any geographic limitations. Thousands of dollars worth of potential earnings with that fact.
Mm-hmm.
The mentors that we get, like we've got the Reza Masgarlos, the Ramins, the Rene Liaos, like we have all of that. The opportunity to grow without hiring employees. What would that be to a traditional business? Right?
Absolutely.
The logistics, the payroll, product development, shipping, everything like that is handled by the company. You buy a franchise or start a traditional business, you have to take care of all of that. That's thousands and thousands of dollars worth of value that we have with GWT that a traditional business doesn't have, right? So in talking about adding value, he did a phenomenal demonstration. He stood up on the stage with $100 bill in his hand, and he had an auction. He was auctioning off that $100 bill. He started the auction off at $50. Half the room were sitting on their butts.
Not crazy.
They wouldn't pay $50 for a $100 bill. To me, I stood up. That was 100% return on my investment. At that point, it went up and up. After it passed the $100 mark, he offered to sign it. That was him adding extra value to that $100 bill. Then he said Robert Kiyosaki would sign it, Eric Worre, and the list went on all these signatures he was going to have sign it. He was going to have it framed for you. What would you pay for that $100 bill? It hit the thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. At that point, he didn't know what to do. It had already surpassed the highest he had ever heard of somebody paying for a $100 bill. It continued. They brought up everybody that was still in this auction to the front. There must have been about 50 people there. Then it hit $1 million for a $100 bill with signatures. Can you believe it?
That's insane.
It got up over $2 million. Two men were left. They challenged each other. The final auction bid for that $100 bill with signatures, $3.2 million. Now, this gentleman didn't understand where the money was going, but he was in tune with the lesson. And the lesson was adding value to something. And Jordan Adler did that via signatures of phenomenal leaders and everything else. It ended up going to the Starkey Hearing Foundation, was where they donated the money. And it was a huge, huge nugget of information on adding value to something.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was just going to say, what I'm hearing from you is that the more we give value for our company, the more people will be happy to buy hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars if we give the proper value.
Yeah. Like we already know, you buy in at silver, you've already got your investment value back in product. Diamond, we had a point where we were doubling or tripling our investment value, right? But that isn't where it ends. Those are great endorsements that Ramin graciously gives to us, but it doesn't end there. We have something that people need. If anybody could have read or listened to Robert Kiyosaki talking and the charts he showed, and the little blip on a graph of what the Great Depression was, we need to build this business. We need to set ourselves up financially because economically we are in for a world of hurt coming up here I feel it in oil and gas right now.
Well,
What other sectors?
Chad, why don't you share a little bit of your story? I mean, you're in the oil and gas, and the economy right now is pretty bad. Not to say it sucks.
Well, it does for some.
Right. So
Um,
you share your
yeah,
story and your story with the 4 parts that Tim and Chad were talking about. Not
yeah.
Chad. Yeah.
Well, as you just stated, I do work in the oil and gas sector. Here in Alberta, it is hurting. There are hundreds of thousands of people that have been laid off in the last year. Um, during, I've put in 9 years with a specific company out of the last 12 that I've been in Alberta. And I can work anywhere from 100 plus hours a week and no gratitude from my boss. Now, I've had earlier this year, I had a 9 week stint of 4 hours a week.
Whoa.
Now, my boss called me up, asked me if I could go do a job. Unfortunately, due to circumstances, I couldn't go out of town to do a specific job. And his response to me was, maybe we can work together in the future. Now, 9 years I've put into this company, working hundreds of hours a week, and he says, maybe we can do something in the future. That's what my loyalty was worth to him. Now, I have this business. Work is slow. I got to stop using work as an excuse and start building. So I'm looking very optimistic towards the future with the knowledge I've gained from this weekend in Vegas. And as I posted on the GWT Team GWT this morning, like these new products with natural gemstones and healing power. I've been on the phone today with people, just letting them know it's coming. You get to wear these types of jewelry with healing powers that have been, well, for lack of a better word, ugly out there. Right now you have a designer fashion house providing you a product that makes you feel better. This company is going places, and we just got to jump on board and make that decision and go into action with our trainings.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is fantastic. Thank you so much, Chad. So, word of advice: would you suggest people to come to GoPro Recruiting Mastery at any point, or would it be better to just purchase a live stream, or like what are your thoughts into that?
Well, the first thing you do is get your butt to Toronto to our annual convention. I mean, this year is our 10th anniversary. Why would you miss that? Toronto is not that expensive to go to. We've done it in the past. We've put 6 people in a room. Hotels are not expensive when you do that. But get to Toronto first and then get to Vegas, because these events you don't understand until you're there. The energy, the leadership, the knowledge you're going to get at these types of events is unimaginable until you're there. I walk into a room of 8,000 people cheering and I've got goosebumps.
Mm-hmm.
The energy is just flowing in that room, and you just need to be there.
Absolutely.
If you want to go places in your business, you need to be there.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, I guess, well, first of all, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and what you learn and where you're going. And I'm excited for you. I think it's going to be fantastic. I know you're going places as well. And it's just a matter of putting action and starting to put the value in the company so people want to look at it. Because if you don't put value for them to look at it, then it's going to be very hard for them to launch their mall if they don't want to look at it, right? So it's
Yeah.
definitely. And thanks for sharing your story as well. Um, and I'm just gonna basically just finish up here. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
mute you back. So there you go. Okay, so yeah, the just to finish up, I'm gonna quickly share a little bit of what I got, but basically all these 3 amazing leaders here, Chad, Tim, and Amaka shared it with you, and I have the same thing. Like number one for me, like mindset. You want to work within yourself, you want to bring your personal growth, these events help you to get that mindset, help you to realize it's possible. It's not always pretty out there. It's not always easy. We get rejected, but the mindset, the way we see it. One of the things that I keep hearing from every single millionaires that was in the room is you want to visualize every day, 5 minutes a day in a calm way, like visualize where you want to be. Think of yourself already there. Even though it might not feel that it's possible right now, the more that you help and train your mind to see yourself there, the easier the universe will bring it to you. So that was a big thing because I've visualized before. I still do it, and I've achieved more when I do it consistently, 5 minutes a day, visualizing and feeling how I'd feel and what am I wearing and how the event would go. And it's amazing because one day I actually start living it. So that was very key here. Another key point, my second key point is your story. You want to have a story. And I love how every single leaders here on the call tonight shared their story with us. And it's inspiring. People relate with you. So stories have four parts. Part one is what's your background? Part two is what do you hate about what you're doing, right? If it's a job or if it's staying at home mom or whatever it is that you're doing, what is it that you dislike about where you're at? Number three is what did you find? So as you now found GWT, and then part four would be where do you feel about the future? So put a story together that relate with who you are, and it might take some practice. So you might want to write it down or videotape yourself to practice it, or call your upline and say, hey, I think this is my story. Can I share it with you? Just so you get the hang of it. Because just like Tim said, you want to learn how to sell your story way before you talk about the company. That's what people want to know, right? So you want to do that. And third, and not the least, is repeating. You want to repeat, take action. It's always the same thing. It's the same following up and going. And you want to keep on going every year. Those conventions are key. They really bring you to a better place. And I can speak for myself. I was a single mom who had no self-esteem. I did not know. I was crying myself to bed every night, not knowing how I was going to pay the bills. My boss that I started my job was told me that I would start at $12 an hour when I asked for 15, and then after 3 months he'd give me my $15 when he did give me 25 cents. I left that job of that day, crying myself home because I couldn't afford it. Right? I was just so sick and tired of not having enough income, and I wanted more out of life, right? But I felt so unworthy, and I had nothing, no self-esteem. But due to network marketing and due to global wealth trade and those events, I built myself, I developed myself, I listened to audio, I read books. And I mean, sometimes it's just like, 10 pages a day of a book and half hour in audio while I was going to work, or an hour actually, because it was both ways, half hour going, half hour coming back if traffic was good. But, I kept doing that until I became the person I want to be. And you have to vision yourself that way. So absolutely, you want to make sure that you attend the annual convention in April. Those are key. Tickets are absolutely cheap. And you want to make sure you're there because it will sell out. They always do. And same to the GoPro Recruiting Mastery. I mean, 2 events a year, it gets a lot when you're not there yet. But I can assure you, it will be the best investment in yourself that you've done, and it will grow your business like there is no tomorrow. It will be amazing, but it has to start with you. You have to make the decision to become a professional. You have to make the decision to go out there and to be who you want to be and to execute and to tell your story and to be that leader by building relationships. So this is all a big overview of what everybody said tonight. So I hope you got value about it. Go out there, build your business, call your upline when you're struggling in any places. We're all here for you. Call your cross line if it's not your upline. That's all right. We're all here as a family, and make sure you go get your 10th annual international convention ticket before they sell out. My name is Anne-Marie Chantal. It was my pleasure to be here tonight, and I will see you at the convention. Actually, I will see you way before the convention. But last thing and not the least, I wanted to share is I just remember one of the many speaker were talking about events. So we were talking earlier about starting to do some bi-weekly get together for do some training and mingling and maybe some calls together, as well as doing some presentation. So stay tuned for what's coming up that way so we can get together more often and help one another. So thank you very much for being on the call. My name is Anne-Marie Chantal, and I will see you next time. And have a good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you're listening to in the world. Thank you.